The Grand Canyon has always been on my bucket list, so on a recent trip to Vegas, my wife and I decided to go ahead and pull the trigger. Not wanting to waste much time, I just Googled Las Vegas to Grand Canyon, and the first website that came up was TripAdvisor. At the top of the list was 2 reasonably priced day trips, stopping at Hoover Dam and Grand Canyon. They both had great reviews, so I went ahead and booked the one for $85 per person. Our pickup spot was the tour lobby of the Bellagio Hotel and Casino. Checking onto the bus was easy. We were handed a bottle of water and a granola bar, and we're very quickly on our way. First stop was Hoover Dam, about 30 minutes outside of Las Vegas. Mike, the tour guide.
All right, how's it going? Go have some fun, get some great photos.
It was a long way to the top, and we quickly realized that we were going to get our steps in today. In addition to the stairs, there is also ramps, so the Hoover Dam is wheelchair accessible. Finally at the top, you proceed down the walkway, crossing the Mike O'Callahan-Pat Tillman Memorial Bridge, which is where US 93 crosses the Colorado River at the Hoover Dam. Pretty amazing sight. And the river is actually the state line, Nevada on one side, Arizona on the other. Then we loaded back up on the bus for a ride across the actual dam to the Arizona side. Our tour guide, Vegas Mike, did an excellent job explaining all kinds of details and facts about the dam and how it was built. And on the other side, there was a gift shop where souvenirs could be purchased. One last look at the Colorado River, and we were back on the road headed towards the Grand Canyon. I found it interesting that they had a pistachio farm out here in the middle of the Mojave Desert. As we started nearing the entrance to the Grand Canyon National Park, the landscape started changing, sort of resembling a Roadrunner cartoon. Then, just outside the entrance along Pierce Ferry Road is a large forest of Joshua trees. And at last, we finally entered the entrance to the west rim of the Grand Canyon, located on the Hupalapai, I hope I pronounced that right, Indian Reservation. Walking up to the ledge and catching my first glimpse of the Grand Canyon, 3 words came to mind: breathtaking, awe-inspiring, and majestic. Now, the first section of the Grand Canyon we visited is known as Eagle's Point, named after the rock formation here that looks like an eagle. Now, this section here had a little chain fence, so you could only get so close to the edge. After admiring the beauty and getting pictures for a little while, we decided to head up on the hill where the restaurant, gift shop, and Skywalk Bridge is located. To access the Sky Bridge, it is $45 and no cameras are allowed. It was definitely lunchtime, so we decided to head up to the restaurant for a bite, and it had an amazing view of the Grand Canyon and Sky Bridge. We both decided to try their signature barbecue sandwich, and let me tell you, it was the best I ever had, even better than Buc-ee's. Before catching the tram to the next area of the Grand Canyon, we decided to check out the Indian Village exhibit. Here was showcased many authentic replicas of homes, cooking utensils, and artifacts used by many Native American tribes. Look at this gnarly looking cactus. Definitely wouldn't want to fall on that thing. Pretty amazing out there. I would have loved to have been able to go out there at night to see all the stars. After that, we caught the tram to Guano Point, which was the next area of the Grand Canyon tour. Now, an interesting thing here at Guano Point that I noticed right away was no chain fence. Just a sign telling you to stay 5 feet back, and they didn't have to tell me twice. Not a big fan of heights. I had my camera on a 3-foot pole and held it over the edge as far as I could dare. Here at Guano Point, it's 4,000 feet straight down to the Colorado River. Again, totally breathtaking, and living in Florida, you definitely don't get to see something like this too often. I didn't catch it on video, but at one point in time I saw what I thought at first was a bird flying through the canyon, but on further inspection I realized it was a full-size helicopter. It really gave you some perspective as to how big the canyon actually is. Now, the word guano actually translates to poo or excrement. Apparently in the 1950s, a large cave full of bat guano was found on this side of the canyon. In 1958, a cable car system was constructed to transport the guano to a processing facility on the other side of the canyon to make fertilizer. The cableway stretched almost 1.5 miles across, which was an impressive engineering feat at the time. The old cable station still stands to this day as a fascinating historical relic. 2.5 hours of exploring the west rim of the Grand Canyon in the summertime was enough. It was getting hot, and so was my GoPro. It was time to head up under the shade of the pavilion, get something cold to drink, and relax till it was time to get back on the bus. Heading away from the Grand Canyon, Vegas Mike had one more trick up his sleeve. We stopped at a beautiful park on the edge of Lake Mead and got to see some goat sheep grazing in the grass. And even after all that, they got us back to Las Vegas well before dark. So was the day trip from Vegas to Grand Canyon worth it? Absolutely. Best $85 per person I've spent in a long time. I'll leave a link for the trip in the description down below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe. Peace out.